All right, let's do this. This is the one with the grind rail too. All right, let's do a backflip. Just simple backflip. Not into the tree. Are you serious? What's up, guys? My name is Khan, and we're back today in Scrap Mechanic with another build that was started in a stream, and that is, of course, this awesome trick scooter. So I had done the trick skateboard, and then a lot of you guys were like, you know what, you got to make a scooter, and I started building a scooter in a stream, and I came up with the design, but I was having issues with it staying upright, and that really wasn't working out. And I realized there was one critical flaw with what I was doing in the stream, and that is I was balancing the board. And so I was trying to treat it like the skateboard, where I said, you know, let's balance the scooter board and then put a stem on the front of it. But in reality, on a scooter, you need to balance the front stem. And so that's exactly what this scooter design does. You can see if we come down here, all the sensors are built around this front wheel, and the entire front wheel, this pillar here, is balanced by thrusters at the top there, which aim in all the directions. And based on these sensor inputs, you can see there, we'll tilt it. Now, you also still have the capability of completely rotating this bar on your own, and as you turn, there are thrusters that help you lean into the turn to help give you more stability through the corner. And the board just kind of comes along for the ride. The board itself doesn't have any sort of balancing things on it. It's all just balanced by the stem in the front, and you can see there as we turn, it'll bank into that corner, so we can in fact push ourselves all the way to the ground. But then, you know, you just turn in the other direction and it'll bring it right back up. But it drives really well. I mean, it drives like a scooter. It has a lot of power behind it for taking jumps, but you don't want to turn at full throttle, really. Otherwise, you'll run into some serious issues. Now, of course, this is a trick scooter. So, we gotta lean back up here. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Wait, no, lean, get up. There we go. 1 and 2 will actually rotate the back of the board, I guess we'll call it. I don't know, the platform, whatever it's called. But 1 and 2 rotate the back of the platform, so you can do those, you know, sweet, I keep falling over. I'm very terrible at driving this. But you can do those tail whips. 3 will tilt you forward, you can see there, onto the nose. And 4, of course, will tilt you back, which doesn't really do much because there's a giant platform there. And then 5 is your reverse. So there is a reverse thruster on this. I know a lot of people didn't like the fact that there was no reverse on the skateboard, but since you can't really rotate the scooter around very easily, there is a reverse with 5. It's a lot slower than forward, but it does work. 6 is kind of cool. That rotates that red bar up there, you can see, and what that red bar does is it unlocks your front forks there. So if I turn this off, we can now do full 360s on the front fork, and we can continue to spin. So you can do some crazy tricks, and then you just kind of wait until you want it to line up with one of the two sides of the red. You can have it line up backwards, so you can flip 180 degrees and line up backwards, but you know, it's not really that good. But it does use suspension and a kind of swing bar, so you line it up with when you're forwards again, and then that limits your range of steering to get sort of a realistic range of steering for when you're just kind of driving around. And then of course 7 and 8, those actually barrel roll the entire board. So they're a manual barrel roll on the board, which kind of makes you do some weird, like, quarter, I don't know, I'll show you what they do. It does some really weird stuff. So we're just gonna boost up into here, press 4, and then if we press like 8 there, you see we're kind of like just doing some weird, like, corkscrew flipping kind of dealio. I'm not very good at scooter tricks, nor do I even know what scooter tricks, actually I don't even really skateboard either. But I've noticed the scooter actually kind of sucks in the half pipe. The half pipe's cool and everything, and it works great with the skateboard. But because of the weight of the scooter's, like, what, really? The scooter in the half pipe's not nearly as good as the skateboard in the half pipe. Let's just keep going here. Perfect. I mean, you can try and take some jumps, but overall, the scooter tricks, it seems, are just a lot more difficult to do. All right, let's go up here. Let's go hit 4, and then hit 1. See there, we can do some weird 360. I don't even know, but the weight difference between the handlebars, I have no idea how real scooter guys do it in real life, because the handlebars make the center of gravity in a weird spot. With the skateboard, it's balanced around the middle, but when you rotate the scooter, you're not actually rotating. I don't know, it's really weird, but overall I'm just really happy with the way it looks, and it's a lot of fun to drive. If you guys have suggestions for what you think would actually make it work better, let me know in the comments down below. But overall, it is just kind of a fun little vehicle. But let's go, you know what, let's just do it this way off a jump here, and then we're gonna go to an actual jump spot. So you can see I can press 6 in midair, and then I can do, like, you know, tail flips or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Did I land it? Did I land it? Does it count? So not surprisingly, the scooter is very terrible at off-roading. The large platform, you know, doesn't work out too well, and there's no suspension or anything on it. Now it does use obviously modded wheels and modded thrusters, because you can't get the dimensions right with the actual thrusters, and the actual wheels are too small. But here's the jump. All right, so this is looking promising. Let's just okay, let's lean back this way. When you're not moving at speed, the lean is powerful enough to actually push you over onto your side. All right, let's do this. This is the one with the grind rail too. All right, let's do a backflip. Just simple backflip. Not into the tree. Are you serious? Land it. Yeah, buddy. All right, perfect. It's good. We're gonna be at the X Games next year. So the problem I ran into in the stream, and I still, you know, kind of, oh goodness, kind of have the issue with this build, is that the fork pieces, to use them out of the large pipes, they're a little bit heavy. And I really wanted to keep them as large pipes because I didn't really see any other pieces that I liked to make up that fork piece. But overall, they are a little bit heavy, so that's why it's always a pain to balance the handlebars. But it makes this scooter quite hilarious. All right, we got to get at least one successful jump here. I'm gonna try and do some tail whip thing here. I don't even know. Let's go up here. Okay, so let's just slow down here. We'll just okay, we'll just press 3 to lean forward, and then we'll just, you know, press 1 there, spin around. Oh, perfect. Look at that. And then just lean back up. I should be using like 7 and 8, which are the barrel roll functions, while I do that, and that would kind of help it not fall over, but I don't have enough fingers. I really need to remap the keys for this. All right, here we go. We're gonna do it. Unlock, tail spin. Yes, somehow, some kind of a flip thing. Land it. Yeah, no, aww. This is really, really difficult. I mean, I love the scooter for driving around, but in terms of tricking capabilities, I think the skateboard is still definitely the best bet. Overall, though, I mean, the scooter drives a lot better than I thought it would, and definitely, if you guys have suggestions for how to make this build better at doing tricks, let me know. But the offset center of weight really makes it difficult, and I don't think I've ever been able to successfully land a trick. A lot of people also asked to have the skateboard turned into a hoverboard, and so I decided to do that as well. Now, the only thing I will say about the hoverboard is because of the amount of thrusters the skateboard had on it to begin with to make it do all the tricks that it can do, the hoverboard, you know, I mean, you can make it fly, really. Magic carpet ride. Magic carpet. But it does float off the ground. So let's just get back. We're back in the half pipe here. We'll just abandon this scooter here. Hold on. No, perfect. Yeah, and it'll just see it's got thrusters on, but if we tilt it up here, it'll stay up. Like if we put it up in the middle there. But if you leave it on its side, it will stay on its side, which is kind of nice. And eventually that thing will stabilize and stop moving. But overall, I am really, really happy with the scooter build. It doesn't trick quite as well as I would like it to. I mean, maybe it's just because I suck and I don't really know how to use it. So I took the skateboard, I turned it into a hoverboard. This is the exact same skateboard chassis. Has pretty much all the same controls, except 6 there, you can see, will actually turn off the hovering thrusters. And you need that mainly for if you're upside down. You see, because now all the hovering thrusters are pushing me into the ground. And I can try rolling and I can't get out of that, so you just press 6 and then you just kind of roll yourself back over and then press 6 again. So hovering skateboard, pretty much the same thing as the other skateboard. Press 1 to flip that seat backwards, and then press 2 and 3 to roll left and roll right, 4 and 5 to tip up and down, and then you know, W is forward, and that's pretty much all you got. Now I will say again, it has a lot of thrust, and you can see there, but when we go into tricks, it's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, you can just do whatever you want. Oh, come on, there we go, perfect. Oh, no, I caught it, dang it. It's a lot harder to land, though, than the real skateboard. Not having wheels, you're landing on an invisible barrier, and you land so fast that if you don't use your pitch up controls, you'll basically bottom out the hoverboard on the terrain. But definitely a lot better for doing tricks than the actual skateboard. But again, I mean, it basically can fly. Magic carpet ride. It's got extra thrusters now for hovering stuff. The other thing too, you can see because it hovers, I wanted to make sure it was very neutrally balanced. If you turn your board vertical, then the hovering thrusters are all of a sudden aiming in a different direction. Overall, I would still recommend using the skateboard for tricks over the hoverboard. The hoverboard's kind of cool. It's like a cool little novelty, but you can see there, we'll just do some spins and stuff. Perfect. Oh no, wrong way. There we go. But you can see, like, when it lands, because it lands so hard, I didn't want to have hovering thrusters that were too strong, and I'll show you why. Because if we put the hovering thrusters too strong, then it'll help it a little bit when it lands. You'll still bottom out because, let's be real, you're getting a ton of altitude off these jumps, and then you're coming back down and hitting way harder than the hovering thrusters can react. But even if we crank these ones up to max, when it hits the ground, see how it reacts really, really crazy. And that's the problem with hovercraft. You need to have the hovering thrusters. I'm going to delete this and remake it, actually, because I don't remember what they were at. But that's the thing with hovercraft. You need to have the hovering thrusters at just enough power to sort of give it that lift, but not too much, which means as soon as we go up here, you can see if we tilt up, when it lands, if it lands on a shallow depth, it's fine, but there's no solid resistance like you get with the wheels, so it will bottom out almost every time, and when it bottoms out, you have the chance of catching the terrain. If you guys have any suggestions for other builds you want to see, make sure you post those in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you like these kind of builds and you want to see more videos like this, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time.